Okay.
Village of Peatone, regular village board meeting, Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stacy, can I get a roll?
Mayor Vito,
Here.
Trustee Bowden,
Here.
Trustee Hudson,
Here.
Trustee Richards,
Here.
Trustee Sandberg,
Here.
Trustee Sluse,
Here.
Trustee Sturba,
Here. Moving on to the consent agenda. Approve the minutes of the September 8th, 2025 regular village board meeting. Approve the minutes of the September 8th, 2025 executive session. Approve payroll accounts payable. The payroll for the period ending September 13th, 2025 was $76,781.25. Accounts payable for the period ending September 19th, 2025. The general fund was $29,128.95. Capital improvement fund was $15,838. Business development district fund was $1,138. And the TIF number 2 fund was $50,504. Total of $96,608.95. Any questions? Anyone moved?
Nope.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Motion by Sluse, second by Sturba.
Trustee Bowden,
Yes.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
Trustee Richards,
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg,
Yes.
Trustee Sluse,
Yes.
Trustee Sturba,
Yes. Move on to the staff and committee reports. Start with Troy.
Okay, for the Conrad Storm Sewer Project and Crawford MFT project. I know we wanted them to backfill the dirt early just for safety, but weeds are popping through. But now that it's cooling off, they're planning on doing the sod this week. So we'll get up and get the sod done. Now that it finally cooled off.
Very good. Everybody's waiting for that. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have any public comments?
Yes, of course. Ed Nelson, Peatone Historical Society. We had our Old Mill Fall Fest this weekend. I want to say thank you for, I saw everybody came out. Thank you guys, thank you. We had an amazing weekend. Saturday was our first Saturday that we had it on Saturday night. Attendance was really good. The weather held out for us. A little light drizzle, 8 o'clock, wasn't even enough to make people wet. I mean, just a perfect night. The band was good. We had craft beer. That went good. Everything perfect. No incidents. We had Carter as our security guy, and he had no problems with people. Sunday, big attendance again. A lot of vendors, a lot of crafters, reenactors, big crowds. We had some pretty intense water balloon toss competition. Real good, a lot of good vendors we had. So I want to thank everybody for supporting us, and we made a lot of money. We're still counting it to see what our plus and minuses are, but we were very successful this year. We want to start spending some of that money and fixing up the mill so people see where the money's going, what their donations are going. We also had a bucket out for the family that lives next door, the McNeil family. They live just to the west of the mill, and I haven't given the bucket to them yet. It's sealed up with a slot in it. There were pretty generous donations that went in that thing, so
Oh, cool.
tomorrow I should see them and they'll pop the bucket open and we'll see. So thank you everybody for that. We really appreciate it.
You're a pretty good drummer too, Ed.
Thanks, Gary. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm not putting the band back together just yet.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank
You got
you.
it.
I'll move on to the staff and committee reports. Troy, you were done? Move on to chief.
I gave everybody my report, but just the one thing, or two things I want to highlight on there was the grants. We got a grant for an electric bicycle. The electric bicycle was out at the Sip and Stroll, and it was at the last farmer's market we had. It was, me and Nick worked on that. It was about just over $5,000 reimbursement grant we got for that. It'll pay for the bike, it'll pay for some of the bike officers' equipment. We have two bike officers now, so I'll see if I can find a grant to get a second bike for the spring. And then we got a grant for just over $70,000 for, it was a stretch, and I'm not sure how I got it in there, but it's to fight heroin and help with heroin stuff, and about to let people know about drugs and to pass out Narcan. It's through the Will County settlement from the drug distributions, and I got flock cameras with it. So we have 3 live feeds, because Flock just came out with live feed cameras, so the officers can log on and watch live feed, and it also does the LPR cameras like we have. So we're going to move some of our cameras around, because in my submission I put that it's for the I-57 heroin highway to Chicago, so I have to put some cameras by I-57. So I'm going to move some of the cameras we have there to other locations in town. We're going to put two of the live feed cameras there, and then the other live feed cameras are going to move somewhere else. And then I put in for 2 years worth of paying for it, because they're expensive, so why not try to get 2 years out of it? And they granted us 2 years worth of paying for the cameras. So that's 2 years of those we won't have to pay for the cameras, and the cameras were about $40-some thousand. And then we have to teach classes, and we're gonna pass out, I said we passed out 250 the Narcan things in classes to the community. So I'm gonna be going to some of the local businesses and seeing if they'll allow us to hold a class at their places. Some of the schools then here at the village to teach these classes and pass out Narcan to the community for free, because everybody should have it, because you never know when you might be exposed to fentanyl. So that's about it. If there are any questions, let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great
Chief.
job.
Bob's not here. He did mention that he's gonna get about 40 trees to get planted. He's gonna hope to start planting by the end of October. The branch pickup ends on October 20th, and the leaf collection starts on October 20th. So, you know, fall is here. Crack seal is supposed to start this fall, and we're working on an RFP for the sidewalk replacements. Hopefully get out to the contractors next week. Move to Nick.
I have a number of things I'm going to try to run through quickly just to keep it brief, but one, we're having a AOC committee meeting this Thursday, the 18th at 3:30. This is a continuation of the discussion of the ERP and finance system. So at our last meeting on August 18th, we discussed some initial things. We were charged with going back and doing some more research, so we're going to come back and present that, and also have a demonstration of one of the options. So that's Thursday the 18th Thursday the 25th, excuse me, at 3:30. The kind of economic development and Placer AI, we began training following the approval at the August 25th meeting, had several sessions on that. I'm going to send you all out a kind of more detailed report now that we're starting to get a little bit of this under our belt. One of the things that I asked for was a leakage report, and just briefly what that is people who are in Peatone who leave town to shop somewhere else, whether it be north, south, what have you. This will tell us, kind of give us an idea where they're going, and maybe those are things we can attract in town so that people will stay here and spend their money here. The other thing which we're hearing both through the training, the Placer AI, but also we heard at IML is a lot about trade area, which Many of you know what that is. It's kind of where the customers are shopping in the area, so that also helps guide our efforts to bring people into town. And specific action items and kind of related activities is we're continuing to talk to the developers at I-57 and Wilmington Peatone Road in the northeast quadrant. Mayor and I had a meeting with them recently, and we're pleased to hear that they have commenced a traffic study there, which will support their argument, if you will, or case for transportation improvements, because as many of you know, Peatone Wilmington Road is a county road, and they're not always crazy about giving access along there, but that's key to that quadrant. So we continue to talk to people around town where there's some parcels available for potential future housing, commercial, and other developments, so that's ongoing, and looking at the parcels that are immediately adjacent to the village's boundaries for future development and or expansion of our boundaries, because that's important for a variety of reasons, which we've talked about. IML, like I said, there's a lot of discussions about retail, economic development, and TIF, so I'm gonna give you, kind of processing all that, but give you a separate report on that, and we can talk about that in a future meeting. So that's that for economic development. I just wanted to give you a couple brief updates on some hot topics. So 528 Schrader, since our last meeting, the owner of that property did pay for and pick up a demolition permit, which was a huge step forward. I was told by him on Friday that he's targeting next week to do the demolition, so knock on wood, that's gonna happen. And there's some other details we'll talk about later on that. So, and then just another thing I just wanted you to be aware of, the Haunted Hollows is the big Halloween fest that's coming to the fairgrounds, and they've done a lot of work. I was very impressed with what they've done out there. We did have a little hiccup, which we are responding to, and I think it's all gonna be fine, but there was a need for a safety inspection, which kind of, for a few minutes, I was worried that maybe this haunted house wasn't gonna happen because of that, but I will give BNF and our fire district credit. They responded. We all met out there last Wednesday and did a walkthrough, and the haunted house was addressing some of that, so we're hoping to get a final inspection. It looks like Wednesday now, but they're planning to open Thursday, but it seems like that's gonna all work out, so I wanna give credit where credit's due on that. And then, one last thing I just wanted to comment on. I try to bring positive things sometimes forward, because sometimes we deal with a lot of difficult things. And our staff works very hard, all of our staff, at various things. Sometimes we get things right, sometimes we make mistakes, but it's nice when they get things right, because I can come and tell you guys about that and feel good. So one of the things I think I've talked about before is we've had some challenges with BNF on billing, and Diane Nielsen has really been methodical about checking every bill and really double checking. And previously she had identified about $690 of misbilled items. Well, she has continued that work and found another $1,665, so it's a total of over $2,300, which my first question is, why is this happening, and kind of how do we fix it? Which there's a number of, I guess, reasons maybe, or things that we're gonna stay on them, but I just wanted to give her credit, because that's $2,300 we might have just paid out and never known about, but they've been accepted, the corrections, and they're crediting them back to us, so that I think is good. Kudos to her for that, because it's very methodical work, and she's been very good about it. She's gonna stay on them. There's a number of other things. I'm gonna send you out some additional reports. I just don't wanna take too much time now, but that's it for now, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. I just have a few comments. The Millfest, obviously, that just went through it. I want to congratulate him and the Peatone Historical Society for putting on a fantastic show. Everybody seemed to have loved it. Very good. The IML, as Nick touched on, Nick, Todd, and myself went to the IML. We saw some sessions on managing our TIFs, promoting our tourism, grant writing, retail recruitment, some big ideas like bringing in a top golf facility, and Lastly, I want to, Ed has already mentioned this, the McNeil family is needing help from the fire, and there is a GoFundMe page set up for that by Santino Trees. Moving on to new business. Approve a payout 7, the final payment for the deconstruction in the amount of $50,000 for work completed on 88th Avenue, Wilmington Road, I-57 ramps project. They did complete everything that's been inspected. Anybody have any comments? Need a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Sluse, second Sturba.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
We're going to accept the 24-25 annual financial report for the fiscal year ended March 31st, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Sluse, second Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Item F is approve a new liquor license due to a partial change in ownership of Susie's Saloon on 11 North 2nd Street. Nick, you want to explain that real quick?
So this is similar to, we had the liquor store around 50, similar situation. There's been some partial change in ownership. Rick Jones is now 100% owner of this. So because it was, I think it was a 50-50 split before, so now it's actually more than 51% change, or 50%, it's a change, so we want to make sure the license is accurate. So we're just approving a new license for them to continue to the end of the year, and then they'll apply just next year like usual. But that's all it is. Nothing else to be concerned with, I don't think, so.
Do we have any problems at Susie's, have we?
Chief?
We haven't had any problems at Susie's, right?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion Bowden, second Sandberg.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
This will be resolution 25-R-18. The resolution approving cash escrow to replace a letter of credit for Peatone Truck Travel Center and Hotel Project. Nick, do you want to
So,
comments here?
so this is a long-term project for some of you who've been around for this, but the original letter of credit was issued May 23rd, 2023. It was 2.8 million plus. We've had 4 reductions in that since that time. The most recent was July 14th of 2025. It's been, as the project's going on, we reduced the letter of credit. And we use these on a number of projects. Unfortunately, following the last reduction, right after that, the developer came back and said, can we just do something different, because he was having some issues with his bank because this letter of credit was outstanding. He couldn't do some other banking issues. So he proposed just giving us the $22,902.25 in cash. He's going to deposit that to the village. We will hold the cash as opposed to having it in letter of credit. And then as these final items are worked off, we will reduce that 22,000, et cetera, down to 0. I've worked with our attorney, Terry Barnacle, who was involved in this project throughout. He thought this was a good solution just because we actually have a little more control when we have the cash in hand versus going through a bank for the letter of credit. And the bank was very happy when they heard, because when you get down to that amount, it's really just a lot of lawyers and bankers involved for a small amount of money. So I think this is a good step, and you may see a few more of these because we have a couple other ones that are getting down to that bottom where they may just give us cash, and we hold it until, when they get to that small, it's better, so.
I thought I read that we have to invest it and pay him interest.
Well,
So where are we investing it?
So, well, number one, I was trying to get it
Which is fair,
so we could get the interest back, just because there's some, effort. But per the development agreement, he would get the interest.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think this is gonna last very long, because we're very close on a couple of the items to get them resolved, and I think Troy's team works to resolve these. Some of them are plannings around the ponds and stuff, but so there's not gonna be a lot of interest on this, I think, but we're gonna track it somehow with the bank. But it's not really like a long-term investment, I don't believe. There is one issue which Troy and I were discussing today. Part of this landscaping is around the restaurant footprint for the hotel, and I'm not sure that that's going to get developed. I mean, I'd love for it to be right away, but I don't know that that's gonna happen, so, but we'll have to work with the bank and track pro rata interest on it, but.
Okay.
I mean, frankly, the developer is more interested in giving himself a little more flexibility with some other financial issues, and he was seemed pretty happy. He proposed this, that can I just give you the money, so. But we've got a couple more that I'll tell you about later, that are similar long-term, some longer-term letters of credit that.
We don't get any interest on a letter, so.
Right.
Right, but, I mean, we're guaranteeing him interest, so I just wanna make sure we put it somewhere
Yeah.
so
I
that we
mean,
don't
well,
have to pay for that out of our stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
But we're not guaranteed.
because sometimes the bank doesn't treat us very fairly, so let's make sure
Right,
that.
right. I don't think we're guaranteeing him a certain rate of return, though.
Okay,
So,
like I
yeah.
said, just
I
make sure the bank does
I just
what
want
they're
you all to know,
supposed do.
I tried to get the interest
Well,
for us, but it would, our.
Well, you just have to keep track of it and show them what it is.
Right, right.
It is
I
what
mean,
it is. So.
like I said, he wants to get this I mean, he doesn't really want us holding his money, but we want everything that was required to get done
Right.
satisfactory, and that will happen, and then we'll release the rest, so.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Hudson, second by Sturba.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson? Trustee Richards?
Yes.
We're going to close the regular session to go into the executive session for litigation. An action against or affecting on behalf of a particular public body has been filed and is pending before the court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which the case, the basis for the findings shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting 5 ILCS 120/2C11. We have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Sluse, second Sturba.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.